Players, it's time for another riveting episode of Playing Stupid Games. How long are we supposed to wait? This is Double D Bubba with Factory News, and I am out on location, but you blow my mind. Hi, can you hear me now? Hey, players, any sound now? Can you hear me? Let me see if I can hear if I play something. I'm ticked. This just isn't. I'm upset. This just okay. So y'all can hear me. This whole technical side of this, doing these YouTube videos and stuff, it's literally not for me. I am not a tech savvy person. I used to think I was, but I'm actually not. I cannot I can't handle it. I am struggling. I am struggling and trying to get my sound right and trying to get the visuals right, and I'm almost at my wit's end, and I'm about to give it up because I'm just upset. I don't know, but I wanted to do a tea talk. I mean, excuse me, a tea time, and I'm just overwhelmingly frustrated. I am. This is hard. This is not what I intended for this to be. I really thought that I was just going to be able to do the TikTok and just get my content out. And now I'm struggling to get my content out, which means that I'm struggling to get my message out, get everything out. And it's very important to me that we be successful in 2022. And there's an extreme learning curve, and I'm trying, and TikTok has just thrown an axe in everything that I wanted to do because they're not going to let me succeed, apparently. I don't know what the hell. So I'm trying to switch over and do this YouTube, do this Instagram, do this Facebook, when I used to could do everything on one platform, and now I'm doing it on several, and it's really hard for me. But anyway, I didn't come on here to cry or anything. I'm just kind of upset. I got unbanned on the Tickety Talk, and because I was post banned, and I went to make content, and they're holding every bit of it. So I said, forget it. I'm just going to. Oh, my sister's here. Hi. I'm just going to continue going on. And try to do this. And I just hope y'all bear with me and realize I'm not trying to be boring. I'm not trying to be, I really want to be able to be myself, but it's so frustrating because Hell, I can't even hear myself right now. So I don't even, I mean, you guys, obviously you can hear me saying things back, but it would have been really bad if I had sat there and recorded all of this and nobody heard me. But anyway, and then I tried to repost, I tried to post it. But I came on here to talk to y'all. Child, play us. Let's get into it. I'm done complaining now. I'm done complaining. It is what it is. Let me get some mommy fuel and let's get this thing crack-a-lacking because I got a couple of things I want to talk to y'all about. Okay, first of all, let's get this right off the rip. The Delta variant is off the heezy. You hear me? It's coming in here like never before. If you did not see my Tea Talk earlier with Dr. Tiffany Nyberg, I suggest that you watch it. I can't even tell if I have an echo. Anybody else other than Hollywood Happiness hear an echo? Because I don't have an echo and I don't have my headphones or anything plugged in. Tishy, do you have an echo on your end? Or Lorraine or Betty or Tanya, do you guys hear an echo? Because she's the only one I've seen that says she has a echo. Because if I put those headphones back in, I think you guys are not going to be able to hear me. I didn't think so because I think that y'all would have told me if there was an echo. So Hollywood, maybe something's going on your end. Okay, thanks. We're moving on. Okay, so Hollywood, maybe something's going on your end because I don't have a headphones or mic plugged in, so I shouldn't have an echo. All right, Brian. Okay, babes, we're going on. Okay, this Delta variant is getting off the heezy for sheezy. You hear me? And if you did not watch my Tea Talk with Dr. Tiffany Nyberg earlier, I suggest that you watch it so you can learn more about this Delta variant because I'm telling you, it's going crazy. Hunty, Florida, Ron DeSantis. I don't know what he gonna do, but I'm telling you, he about to send these Floridians. He about to send them. He about to send them, honey, because Florida has reported a record number of cases of COVID cases today. And Dr. Tiffany Nyberg said that there's no way it's not the Delta variant because the Delta variant is 7 times more contagious than she called it the vanilla variant, which is the first COVID. Child, 21,000 cases in one day. Can y'all believe that? 21,000 people. Tiffany said that for every one person that gets infected, like one person in the group gets infected, there'll be 7 others that get infected with the Delta variant. It's that contagious. When with the first variant, it was only like 2. 21,000. And let's just be honest here about Florida. Now, y'all remember when that shit happened back when that scientist that was accurately reporting COVID, and they broke into her apartment and arrested her for the work that she was doing because she was accurately reporting COVID. Y'all remember that? Do y'all think that they stopped accurately reporting COVID back then? And then if you're thinking like I'm thinking, they stopped after she left? Hunty, a hot boo-boo shitty mess. 21,000 people in the Sunshine State in one day. The highest number of COVID cases diagnosed in a day, new cases diagnosed in a day, was back in January, which was 19,334 cases. He's got 21,000 in a day. A hot boo-boo shitty mess. And while he has this, he's banning and outlawing people from enforcing masks. He doesn't want people to wear masks. He says he wants people to get vaccinated, but he's outlawing them being safe until they can get vaccinated, which would be by trying to social distance and, of course, wearing a mask. This is a hot boo-boo shitty mess. Floridians, you need to get vaccinated, baby. You need to get vaccinated. This past week, 700, yes, it's unreal, Jay. Look, this last week, 700,000 people got the COVID vaccine, got their first shot of the COVID vaccine. $700,000 people got the COVID vaccine. And also, DeSantis doesn't want you wearing masks in school. But there's several counties, and Orange County, I believe, was one of them that not no, it wasn't Orange, it was Broward. Broward County actually went on and said that their children in school will be wearing masks. But there's been a couple of counties since then. Child, this is a mess. 21,000. So we'll go ahead and move on. If you're in Florida, I suggest you get vaccinated. I suggest you wear a mask. I suggest you love thy neighbor and do what you have to do. Now, even though Ron DeSantis has banned people from mandating masks, Publix, which is, I believe, is largely in Florida, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but Publix will require their employees to wear a mask. They came down and said this yesterday. On Friday, they said that they will require all employees, regardless of their vaccination status, to wear a mask at work. They're going to follow the CDC guidelines. So Publix will be defying Ron DeSantis, and they will be requiring their employees to stay safe and wear masks. So yeah. Yeah, Publix, they will be wearing masks, right? So that's a good thing. Now we're going to switch over to Georgia. There's something I wanted to tell you about Georgia. So Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp says that the FDA needs to upgrade its authorization for vaccines. As you know, right now, the vaccines are supposed to be used they're only authorized for emergency use only. So Governor Brian Kemp told reporters that he'd love to see the Biden administration put Operation Warp Speed on moving away from the emergency authorization. He's heard that people don't want to get the vaccine as long as it's under emergency authorization by the FDA. Ciao. So he's saying that these people don't want to get vaccinated because it's for emergency use only. That's the reason why some people are not getting vaccinated. If that's your excuse for not wanting to get vaccinated, then you just don't want to get vaccinated, because nothing's going to change between emergency use and full approval. Nothing's going to change about the vaccine. That's crazy. So Pfizer and Moderna have already submitted their applications to become fully approved by the FDA, but it's unclear how long the approval will take. The goal is to have the vaccine fully approved within 6 months. The vaccine, this means the vaccine will be fully approved by 2022. So that's what Brian Kemp is using as his excuse for not for his constituents not getting vaccinated, saying that it's because of emergency use. I declare, honey, that's the worst excuse I've ever heard. I don't believe that bullshit, and I believe he's full of shit. So we're going to switch gears here. Now, you guys know that the eviction moratorium is up tonight. In fact, it's up here where I'm at in Louisiana at 12:08. People who are facing evictions on Monday morning, they can expect that those evictions will be filed in the courts. So we've known that the eviction moratorium was going to expire for a month, because I believe it was last month that the CDC extended the eviction moratorium, or it could have been the month before. I should have done my research on that, guys. I'm sorry, but it was either a month, but either 1 month or two, that we knew that the eviction moratorium was going to expire on July 31st. So we have this big performance, and some of you may get mad at me on this, but I'm just going to be 100% honest with you with the way I'm feeling about this eviction moratorium and the shenanigans that's going on with the eviction moratorium. The fact that President Biden and the Democrats waited until the week before the eviction moratorium was expiring to say they want to do something is a crock of bullshit. President Biden had to know, or his team, his administration had to know, he had no power to extend the eviction moratorium. So why the hell would you wait until the week of to try to do something, or try to encourage Democrats to go and do something? So the Democrats are on the House floor, the House Democrats are on the House floor arguing with these dumbass Republicans about wearing masks when they should be doing something about the eviction moratorium. So they tried yesterday to do something about the eviction moratorium, in which they failed. Now Congress is in recess. So Cori Bush, Representative Cori Bush, she decides to do this. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you about this. I like Cori Bush. I feel like she is what America needs in some ways. But I feel like her sleeping at the Capitol was a complete performance. It was complete malarkey and bullshit. And it was no point in that. It wasn't no point in her sleeping on the steps of the Capitol. What's that going to do for the people that are facing evictions? That's not going to do anything. So why the hell are you doing this? It's a performance. It's a performance. It's all to make yourself look good. It was a Republican move. It was a Republican stunt, and I hated it. I don't like that Cori Bush did that, because honestly, her colleagues were gone home. She should have took her ass home too, because honestly, there's not a goddamn thing that you sleeping on the front steps of the Capitol was going to do for people who are getting evicted. They can't sleep out there with you. So what was that going to do for them? $40 billion was allocated for renters to help people, and only 6.5% of that money has made it to renters. 6.5%. I know for a fact, you guys know I work in housing. I applied for all of my tenants. I work in government housing. I applied for all of my tenants to get help through their renters assistance. Only 2 tenants have gotten help. 2. That $40 billion was not only for you to that $40 billion was not only for you to give to renters, but it was also for you to hire people so you guys can process the applications and get this money out. We've been had this money since right after tax time. So why in the hell has it taken you guys this long to get this money to people? The eviction moratorium should have been extended. No doubt in my mind, it should have been extended. But at the end of the day, they should have done something and been putting pressure on these states to get that money out to the renters. That was completely performative. And not only do you have this resource where you can apply for this money, also landlords can apply for this money. So they have renters and landlords that can apply for the rental assistance. Okay? They can apply for it on the behalf of their tenants, and they're holding on to the goddamn money so they can use it for something else. I don't like it. And I was completely bothered by the fact that Elizabeth Warren went down there. I thought it was a performance to secure spots in 2022. That if you continue this bullshit, I will rally against you. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't pull a Republican move and take your ass and sleep on the steps of the Capitol just to make yourself look good, because it didn't look good to me. It was a performance. It's nothing you can do by sleeping. And then you sent a letter. Let me let you guys know what she sent in the letter. Let me find it. So she sends a letter to President Biden today. This is Cori Bush that I'm speaking about. She says, "Dear President Biden and Director Walensky," she says, "we write to implore you once again to do everything in your power to prevent this historic and deadly wave of evictions that will occur should the government fail to extend the eviction moratorium scheduled to expire today." The government wasn't going to do shit because you were sleeping on the front steps and everybody else was back in their respective states, not worrying about the people that are going to be evicted. So she goes on to talk about how, the eviction crisis will excavate the trauma and the hurt of the born and all this performative bullshit. There's nothing that President Biden can do, apparently. I don't understand that. Maybe they only have the power for do it for so long. But if you're in a health crisis, because we're back in a health crisis again. With this Delta variant being the way that it is, you can't tell me that we're not back in crisis again. So why can't the CDC do anything about it? Why can't the President of the United States sign an executive order? Oh, yes, the states can. Oh, so President Biden did do that. he did implore the states. Actually, New York has one that doesn't expire to the end of the year. They were double, the renters in New York were double protected because they were protected federally, and they were protected by their local government to not get evicted. You're definitely right, Miss Wright. We are in a state of emergency. Um, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it's come to this. I'm disgusted by that whole entire display, and I didn't like it at all. I don't know if you guys are mad at me about it, but I'm telling you, I didn't like it. I thought it was complete performance to try to secure votes, and you would never get my vote by doing some performative bullshit when you should have been doing your job 2 weeks ago or a month ago when you knew that this eviction moratorium was expiring on 7/31. You should have been doing your job then. That's my take on it. I don't do performances. I perform for you guys, but I'm not a member of Congress. They are members of Congress. So anyway, yeah, yes, and California does too. Brian is here. He keeps commenting, so I'm going to highlight one of his comments because I really like this. He says California seems to be the only state handling this with any urgency. I can agree with that. It's 12:16 where I live. I have to do everything late because of my kids. Well, my kids went to bed at 10. It was the cutest little thing. Well, I won't waste you guys' time talking about my kids. But anyway, they went to bed at about 10, and then I was sitting here whining and crying about TikTok. And then I decided, I said, well, hell, let me just make a video because I really want to talk about this Cori Bush and this moratorium thing. So I got one more story that I want to tell you guys, and I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to hold you all night. Y'all know tea time is only 30 minutes. I try to keep it kind of short. So this story was intriguing to me, and I wanted to make a TikTok about it. Honestly, this is a disgrace. So Capitol rioters, Capitol insurrectionist defendants have started a jail newsletter. Child, this is a hot boo-boo shitty mess. So y'all know that that Lauren Bobblehead, Paul Gosar, privileged pervert, and I believe Huey Goldberg was there on Friday. They went to the Thursday. They went to the DC jail to try to go and inspect the condition of the insurrectionists. Well, in that same jail, they have started their own handwritten newsletter. Now, this is something that really bothers me about the whole thing. All of the insurrectionists, all of the insurrectionists are being held in the same quarters. They're all being housed together at the DC jail, separately from the rest of the jail. That's a problem for me, that they're all being held together. Like, you don't put co-conspirators all in the same area. You know how, like, when you go for an interrogation, like, just say, like, you're watching First 48 and they need to question people, like the burglars or whatever, the murderers or whatever. They don't question them together, and they certainly don't house them in the same area. Like, to me, that's kind of sus that they're being housed in the same area and away from everyone else. I think that's crazy. And then they're being housed away from everyone else. I want you guys to really be around the hardened criminals, but I digress. So NBC's 4 notes that that area that they're being housed in is being called the Patriot Wing. Child, I declare, what a disgrace. They're calling it the Patriot Wing. The Patriot Wing. Did you hear me? I can't take it anymore. Look, anybody that is a real, really about the United States, look, the word patriot doesn't need to be associated with anything good about the love for your country, because they have taken the word and they have perverted it to the end of perversion. The word patriot is no longer associated with goodness and love for the country and allegiance to the United States. It is now perverted beyond perversion. It's over there with the frumpy dub Tate sniffers. They own that word now. So yes, so they're calling this wing the Patriot Wing, and they've created their own newsletter in which they they created their own newsletter amongst themselves. And look, I'm trying to see if I can find out what the name, see if I had what the name is in my notes. Y'all, please, please, please let me have. Is it? No, I don't have. I don't think it's in here. Oh, damn it! I don't think they. Anyway, so they started their own newsletter, and it was started by Richard Barnett. And y'all know who Richard Barnett is. That's the guy that was seen as sitting at Nancy Pelosi's desk with his feet up, and he put the letter on the desk and left the letter for Nancy Pelosi and all of that. That's who started it. Oh man, I swear, I can't take it anymore. These people are just crazy, and I can see the judge like giving them some type of something for that, because that's crazy. I is that real? Y'all, I digress. I can't. So they have their own newsletter that they can keep on doing their mumbo jumbo. Oh, and they also sing every day. They sing the national anthem. They said they boost their morale when they're feeling all down. They sing the national anthem out loud every morning. They sing the national anthem out loud every morning, as if they did not just try to overthrow the government of the United States for a Cheeto. Them y'all people. I'm look, the taste sniffers belong to y'all. I can't. I can't take ownership of that. What a fucking disgrace. So yeah, those are the stories that I had for y'all tonight. I just had to razzle dazzle y'all with those real quick. I thought that they were pretty interesting stories. Florida, 21,000 cases of COVID in one day. Not COVID. 21,000 COVID cases in a day, banning goddamn mask, not wanting to social distance, not wanting to get vaccinated, not any goddamn thing. Child, I swear, the damn taint sniffing. Oh, and then we have the eviction moratorium is expiring. Let's hope, we can only hope that they'll do something about that, and possibly maybe Monday they can do an emergency on it or something. I really don't know, but there's going to be a lot of trouble in the days to come. We're definitely in a state of emergency, so we need to keep positive vibes for those people that are facing eviction. That's not a good place to be. It's definitely not. And with this COVID, this new Delta variant doing what it's doing, people don't need to be homeless. I got thirsty, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, and then we have the taint sniffers starting their own newsletter behind bars. Y'all, I love y'all so much. I hope y'all really enjoyed Tea Talk, and I hope y'all come back and join me again. I could be back tomorrow night. I'm not really sure, but I'll be back at some point tomorrow. So y'all watch out for another episode of Tea Time with Double D. Love y'all so much. Appreciate y'all support. If you have not, please like and subscribe and like this video. Love you guys so much. Y'all have a precious night. Thank you.